my dear. That's where everything is. Hey, hello, Army. Borahae. This is Nisha. Good to be back with you again. I know we just left a few minutes ago. Oh man, and I'm here with Miss Terry Roselli from over in Atlas Army over in Washington.
Yes.
It has been an eventful last few minutes. We've had a few changes happen since we were with you for our last show, so we had to take a few minutes to kind of readjust as to how we were going to do today's show, this episode. And I'm, of course, playing Jack in the Box in the back. I'm playing my live vinyls. I really wish Namjoon's vinyl had
Oh,
actually
here we are.
gotten here.
There we
What
are.
happened?
Oh no.
Oh, yay.
Yeah,
I love
you're
it.
playing it, and I got it.
I love it. So we have to adjust a little bit the show, but I'll talk to you about that and in just a sec. So we are Living Bangtan 7, and we are a platform of the Diversely Geek family. And welcome very much to Army haven't been here and Army who've been with us in the past. We were created to bring you wellness discussions, content, and musings based on the healing positive messages of Bangtan Sonyedan. And our name, Living Bangtan 7, means literally living bulletproofs 24/7. And our purpose when we created the organization a while back was to help all of us as Army learn how to live confidently with self love throughout the day and protected by the support and the love of BTS and the BTS Army engine. We are a reminder of the power of the bulletproof or Bangtan philosophy has as a source of healing, healthy coping, and support when we are struggling to believe in ourselves. So, first of all, how are we doing, Army? And officially welcome, as we did on our last show. Welcome because we are officially in Festa. 10 years with our boys. We are. I think if we look at the timing, 7:30. It was 10 years ago now that they debuted. So we are actually on doing a show on the microcosmic music of Bangtan Sonyedan, literally 10 years after their debut. There's a lot that's been going on. At the end of the show prior, we got the two messages from Namjoon and Jimin, and I was reading them, and I'm preparing a post on that. And I was looking at how introspective those messages were. Um, the translations have been a bit difficult out in the real world. Not everyone's translating them the same. So I was trying to gauge, they're introspective and they're very like very deeply flow of consciousness type of introspective, aren't they? I mean, but
Yes,
in
they
two different ways, because Jimin's is completely different from June's. But weren't they both something? They weren't just like, hi Army, it's 10th anniversary, blah blah blah. It not that is not what we got.
No, no, not at all. And I feel like the trust level that they have exhibited to us,
Mhm.
for us, about us, is incredibly
Yeah.
inspiring, uplifting, especially today on the eve for us here in the States, on the eve of the 13th. So seeing those letters, I mean, all of us had the waterworks going, and um it just follows in line though with the music that they've been
It
sharing
does.
with us lately. So
So I
it's all
really
good.
I was just really deeply introspective. We were supposed to be bringing you Nia, who is Hope Girl 8, who is the leader of the Army BTS Festa song, which went live also a few hours ago. And I've been speaking with her, and she's had a bit of a tough afternoon, just like the rest of us. I think all of us are really having a lot of emotional gestalt at this moment, where we're working on um, just the world around us and putting in perspective who we are, where we are on a day that's this 50 million people tapping into this day. That's a huge amount of emotion and spiritual connection that's going on in the world. And I'm not sure that everyone realizes that we might be all tapping into that. And
I
then,
agree with that. Yes.
you know what I'm saying? And then
Right.
on top of that, this lovely, Army agreeing to talk to us on the day, literally hours after she drops the song. I was like, really? I was just blown away that she was going to do it with us. But then when she needed a little bit of time because she has some things going on, I was like, okay, absolutely, you do your thing. She said, I'll be on. I promise. I'm going to come on and I can do it tomorrow or the next day. I'm like, no, 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 girl, do you, do you? Your song was a gift to the boys, but it was a gift to us because it's for you representing, you know,
Us.
us in
Yeah.
song and in verse. So I'm so sorry, I dropped something.
Uh-oh.
But
Uh-oh.
he's looking. I'm like, where did I drop something? That's okay. So it's okay. I was like, girl, whatever. I'm just gifted that you were even willing, and I'm here talking to you on the day that you dropped this thing, and that you felt comfortable enough to reach out to me. Is like, whoa, I like that was a gift in itself. So I'm happy
Mm-hmm.
that I
And
was
we're,
able to lend
we're
a few positive notes, to
and
help.
we're dropping and sharing too. I mean, I know that we want that song to be everywhere because you're right. That song resonates. The words are
Mhm.
they are so us. They found all of the right words. Oh Lord, if I start crying in here, see, you're not the only one who cries over this stuff. And in my group, I'm the one that does the crying part. And so I'm trying to scale it back here. But when I listened to it the first time, it was the words just really filled my heart with joy to hear
It
that.
did. I've been listening to the project slow, slow, slow over for a while now. I actually toggled on a long time ago. Um, so I was really happy to be able to even have the opportunity to work with her. But I think, oh my God, the Bangtan scholars retweeted our global town hall.
Ooh, that's
Aw,
awesome.
that is so sweet of them. Oh my God, so many people retweeted our show. I'm just getting the messages because my internet's been a real mess today. Oh my gosh, guys. Thank you guys so much for the love.
Yay!
Aw. And my Ginny and Tay post got retweeted a whole bunch. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. You know, we go, my voice gets a little high, but it's it's life is not easy. Sometimes it is. There's a lot of people who maybe it's beautifully calm and peaceful. And we talked about yesterday about being able to find that kind of calm, transition moments of calm and peace, where we don't react to the more painful things in life. And I think I wanted to share today, since Nia can't make it to right now. I mean, it's an open door. She comes on, great. If she doesn't, it's perfectly fine. I wanted to share about my journey through Bangtan's music and how I'm actually going to, I have queued for us to listen to Take Two and dive a little deeply into Take Two. And then we're going to we're queued for her song as well, because we were going to actually work on that song a little today. I can understand her needing to take a break and just do what she has to do. But I shared Magic Shop on the last show. Um, as a global representation of what it is to be Army and BTS Army, because I don't think that I call us Army separately that much anymore. I think I call us BTS Army, like I call the boys of Bangtan. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
know how that message makes sense a little bit there.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I wanted this to be a little more free because we were going to be interviewing her, but in the long run, I want my background is a very, very wide berth of background, and I studied music for 17 years. I studied vocals as in choral opera. My goal was to actually be to sing. As a writer, I'm a lyricist. I've written 2 albums in the past, and I've worked on other people's albums. I'm also a script writer. I've worked on a script too. There's things that I do that I probably don't share here a lot. But music has been a very indelible part of my existence, and it's a fandom, I think, that has allowed me to be able to heal through my trauma. And and
Yes.
so I think when it came time that I finally found the boys and their music, it made sense in the
Yes.
bigger picture. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
As we're listening to Hobie, What If? His
Good
little head.
choice.
Yeah, I think I want to look really deeply. If we connected to the boys and their message, as a message is one thing, but we also still connect to the music, because
Mhm.
no matter what, the music still draws us in. It calls to us in some way. I was thinking with the global, how so many people from so many walks of life were able to connect to a source of music that wasn't anything that they were used to. How is it that we were able to tap in and say, we love this sound? What is it about their music that really just pierces our heart in a way that we connect so dearly to it? So,
Wow.
what do you think?
Ooh, that's a good question. And
Mm-hmm.
my thought on that would be the harmony that we hear from them
Mm-hmm.
is so pleasing to our ears.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't hear that too much anymore in today music like I would like to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like you. I'm part of the Sweet Adelines here in Kitsap County. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that's barbershop. I love barbershop. So hearing these young men and their harmonies really brought me in, and the dancing, So for them to be able to dance and sing like they do, I think for me, that's what drew me in was the harmony. All of just the togetherness, it just flows effortlessly. And the words, when I first heard Boy with Love, there not everything was in English. I didn't understand, but the music spoke to my heart, just like what you're talking about.
What do you think, as a musician, being a singer, especially since I didn't come from the hip hop back. I came from the hip hop back. I'm from New York. I grew up with hip hop. I grew up with the very basis of the type of music that they're singing. So for me, I may not look like a person who will connect with rap, but I've been listening to rap since rap began,
Mhm.
because I'm from the areas where rap was born. So I'm actually putting a question out to Army right now. It's going to come up as a banner. So hold on.
Okay.
And I'm going to save it. And we're going to put that question up that we just talked about. So, Army, who's listening in today, I want to see if we can ask you to answer this question while we deep dive into the actual this concept of they call it piercing the veil. I know it's so very you and I would know that concept of piercing.
Mhm.
Piercing the veil is about going beyond, right?
Yes.
Going beyond the thing that's in the physical realm and going into the more spiritual context of the right, correct.
Yes.
um
Absolutely. Yes.
I think that the connective part of Bangtan's music that pierces through and past our pain and anxiety is their intention in their music. It's because behind the music is an intention that's so positive that even when the music is a rock vibe or another vibe, we are able to always find the intention, the
Yes.
beauty of that intention. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And if you could do me a favor, and do you have the definition of intention? Because there's a lot of different things that people could put into the word.
Mhm.
And for me, because my Instagram handle is intentional rose,
Mhm.
so
You
to
and I know
be
what we mean by
right.
that.
Yes.
We
So,
know.
it's on purpose. I do things on purpose. I do it with thought, forethought, on purpose, intentionally. And, there's a lot that can happen when you do that. I mean, and I'm not talking anything bad. It's all good usually. I think you find the same when we work intentionally. We're focused, we have clarity, and we're ready for what's coming. And that's what I feel like they're doing is they're getting us ready for what's coming this year.
I mean, intention is purpose or goal or the whole summation. And in
Mhm.
medicine, the intention of a wound is the healing of a wound. So
Mhm.
what we're talking about is the purpose behind, or the intention of their music has a healing nature to it. So I've kind of merged the two sides of it because I'm in medicine. So I always say that their intention
Mhm.
is one that is positive, is one that's healthy, it's one that's healing. And we know that because we've heard them talk so many times in preparation. And they're like, no, but my army needs this from us. This is the message we need to give. This is what they need to hear about us. Um, so that is what we're talking about by intention. I can try and put together my own definition and put it out here.
Oh, no, that was good because you hit right. Listen, you hit right on the nail because when I went to go have my MRI done,
Mm-hmm.
they put you in a tube, and I've never done that, and I'm claustrophobic.
Mm-hmm.
So they said, "Hey, is there anything that you would like to listen to?" And I said, "If you can put BTS on, I'm just gonna close my eyes before I even get in there." And they played BTS for me while I was in the MRI for about a half an hour. And when the guys are listening to Army sing right back to them, I started to cry, and my chest was going like, "Stop!" They're telling in the microphone. They're telling me, "Stop doing that. You're moving too much. The MRI is not going to take if you know." So it was they knew who BTS was, which I thought was amazing. And then my dentist, when I went to go have all four of my quads deep cleaned at once, they played BTS for me on in the whole office. They brought me in on a day when nobody else was going to be there and played BTS for me, so that I mean, they're giving me shots and everything going on. And so I'm finding that the medical field and BTS marries up nicely when it comes to soothing a patient and giving them comfort and keeping them calm. So I agree wholeheartedly with the medical
With the
integration.
medical integration side of it, that there's a healing nature. So we know that because Hybe's moniker is art and and music healing together, right? So
Mhm.
from the very get-go, the concept was always that there's a healing nature. I put a ticker down at the bottom, just by the way, a global phenomenon that cannot be rivaled because of the unparalleled heart-to-heart connection that BTS and Army have formed over 10 years. um,
Absolutely.
so this is the heart of what we're talking about. Um, in medicine or in any work that we're doing, the connection that we have with people is because there's a positive intention within us, and that person can react to that. It's like a two-way thing. It's like a call and action. You know this because you feel. I know you feel similarly. Um,
Yes.
do you even at the age of 19 or 20, when Namjoon was first making this choice, Namjoon had intention. He had very not just positive but passionate intention about bringing us music, and a message that was extremely um, not just rebellious, because of course there's a rebellious side, but he wanted it to be meaningful.
Hmm.
So let's looking at the word of meaningful, um, how meaningful has Bangtan's message through their music been for Army in our healing process? And that's the question.
That's an awesome question. So many answers too, right?
That
So many answers. I mean, everybody's answer is going to be different. But the base and the foundation is that the healing part. And I think all of us can attest to some part of healing from something of BTS. Something. I know I can, I know you can. Everybody that we've surrounded ourselves with, they all feel that same way. So yeah, it's a good feeling. It's just a good feeling.
it is, but I think is it more because Take Two, which we're going to look at right now, Take Two
Mhm,
did a much lighter song.
mhm.
They could have chosen at any given time not to give us something as strong or as deep as Microcosmos. They could have chosen, 0 o'clock to go in a different direction. They could
Right.
have chosen, um, you know, so what? They could have chosen a whole different direction for that, an EDM, a song like So What, that had an opportunity to be a bop regardless.
Mhm,
But those words were chosen specifically to say to us that your independence, your individuality, and your identity is extremely important to us.
mhm,
I feel like that.
mhm.
You feel like, what's the common thread that we're filing? And I did put out here for Army, how meaningful has Bangtan's message through music been in our healing? It's a very important question. That's answer the question. Hey, whoever's out there listening and watching us, please feel free to jump on and answer these questions for us.
I
So,
I have a I have an E word,
mhm.
and the E word would be empowered. I think Um, and Not Today does that for me.
Mhm.
The song Not Today. And I'll tell you, that song brought me through a biggest part of the pandemic because I was no different than anybody else back then. All of us were having things going on from family-wise at home, right? Because we had never all been to where we couldn't go here, we had to mask up, we're not, all of these things changed for us, and when that happened, I wasn't able to keep up with my son's changes in behavior like I needed to be okay. And the only thing that was able to pull me through was to
Mhm.
hear, you can do anything you want to do, but not today. It's not today. And boy, I mean, the whole vibe of that, it takes me over and it gives me what I need to be like, you know what, you're not doing this to me today.
Mhm. Mhm.
So,
And also that song, because I talked about it yesterday as my connective song. It was so surprising that that's the song that I actually come back to. Not today. Together we will shine. Together we will thrive. Is a concept that I'm extremely, extremely close to. Um,
mhm,
it doesn't mean that we always need to be with other people to be able to thrive or to be able to excel or to be able
mhm,
to survive even. It just
mhm,
means that connective energy that we have with those people in our life or the people who have healthy connections with those are things that help us to thrive and to
mhm,
survive literally.
mhm.
That's what I find in Not Today, that it gives us that physical representation that you can shoot me and you're watching them like literally
Right.
get shot,
Yes.
but they're going to get
Yes.
up and stand and they're going to survive it because together, it's
Mhm.
together that creates that. Yeah, it's so funny because we both use
Well,
that.
and see, now here, this is the other part of this. And, and I don't want to pull anything down, be really, really heavy or anything, but when you're coming out of an abusive relationship and you're coming out of life situations that are not something that you would ever strive for, or, like being homeless or things like that. When you're coming out of that kind of thing and to find that song, the undercurrent of it is a consistent thread through every single song for me. You know what I
Mhm,
mean? Every single song. That butterfly flies all the way through every single song with that message. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. No matter what, everything's going to be okay. And to be able to hear that in today's music is incredible. I'm 63 years old, and to hear them consistently sing about their true feelings, genuine feelings, and be okay with it. And they're doing it afraid. They're not, I'm done hiding my feelings and this is what's going on. And Suga just really blew us up with some incredible, incredible talent in this tour that he did, right? I mean, between the lyrics and the music and the dancing and his whole demeanor, he was the bomb. I mean, he was it. So yeah, for me, the consistency that that song carries through in the messages, the stability that BTS offers, they're always stable like that. Even
mhm,
when behind the scenes, they've got all kinds of crap going on, but
mhm,
they're stable and they show us what it looks like to carry a load that's too big comfortably and be humble about it, and even at times be appreciative, which if we all really thought about it, most of the stuff that we get into that's not good for us, we think is not good for us, is like one of the best things that could happen to us, because that stop in the road just means, hey, not this way, you need to go this way now. It shoots you off into the direction that you're really supposed to be in, even though it might not make you very happy right then and there. Still, that's what it is. And yeah, I think that's a lot of the for the BTS thing, stability, and I've never seen a music group offer that.
I
Mhm,
thought about it. I mean, I was pondering from our last show whether there are groups out there who have beautiful intentional music. It's very, very, very moving and very strong. I mean, Queen had, while their bops were very different, the intention behind Queen and Freddie's music was very purposeful and very
Mhm.
meaningful, and we know that. Um,
Mhm.
but it wasn't always like that. You know, on an average, yes, I would say yes. But what we're getting with Bangtan has the spiritual context because we're moving past that veil that we talked about, like the
Yes.
two-dimensional veil of what people think music has to be about and what kind of words it has to say versus this is what the music is about. This is the message, and then that represents itself. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's not about
Mhm.
falling into trends. Do you remember back in the day, the Namjoon, they all spoke about the trend is to do this, but they're not the trend.
Mhm. Right.
About
Right.
making is not to dive in to having the trend of what's out in the world as an idol. You're supposed to go with the trends, but they were fighting that. Um,
Mhm.
to be able to have their own voice, which of course it took them a long time to get there.
Mhm.
I think it was when that happened that I fully connected because while I loved them before, it wasn't until 2015 or so that I was like, yeah, this is music I really like now. This is music.
Mhm.
Yeah, these are things that mean are very, very meaningful. Does that make you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And the back in the day, we would never. I'm trying to think. It's like, what would it be like if we were to able to watch Elvis sleep? You know what I mean? We've
Or
never had. We've never had the access
mhm,
to entertainers like we do because I consider these young men entertainers. They
100%.
they are a whole level above a singer or dance group, right?
Mhm.
So the thing of it is that there was so much for us to put people on pedestals back then, and we only got bits and pieces of things in their lives through magazines, the crazy tabloids, that kind of thing. These guys, it's like they bring a camera into their home and put it down, and then they fall asleep with us right there with that much trust. Never would we have gotten that with any other act that I can think of, really, seriously. Nobody wanted to share their life with us, the fans, like BTS does. So, we're all in this together, and they know that. That's the cool part. They understand all of that.
I agree. Gosh, I'm also handling the social media at the
I
time.
know you are.
Everyone's taking their break because they have work and stuff. I'm very, very lucky and blessed to have had such a great team helping me. Um, okay, I let's peer through Take Two and piece it through as to why they made the choice. I mean, there's songs now written by everyone. It's not like it's just one person. It's not like it's two. Remember, you have the main three, but also the vocal line really contribute a lot to everything.
Hmm.
Take Two is it's like I think who was it who said it yesterday when we were in the show? They said I think it was Joanna was saying how this song is a full step into the new chapter. It's like a full step into it. This is a song where the music, the vocals, the tone, the sound, and the beat, all of it are very, very much created in a way to. I think it's very different.
Hmm.
It's different from them because this is still them as human. This is who BTS is. This is what they give us. But this song is theirs. This is a song that is them to us, you know,
Hmm.
and
Yes.
and them as musicians, what they wanted to give us versus what other people are telling them to give us. You know what I mean? I think
Hmm.
it's with Mott's we were able to get that. Wings still had, before Mott's, there was still a lot of other production influences, but after Mott's that changed. You know,
Right.
there was they had, I would say, more onus of control on what was happening.
Hmm.
This song for me feels like we're stepping into completely. This is it. They handed us the doorway. They said, "Take this song and walk through, and stay with us because we're walking into the new chapter."
Yep. Are you going there? Are you really? Are you going to cry?
Yes.
Wait, wait. Listen. I'm ready. Look, I'm ready.
I was like, oh my, ah.
Well, you know what? You said it so eloquently just there, and I couldn't agree more. And you know, for them to ask us to stay with them, what do you think that is? Let me ask you. What do
Yeah,
you what do you think? What do you believe that they really think that we are going to leave them? I mean, I know that they might have a certain concern that there might be people who might fall off or might decide to do something else with their music time. But do you really believe that they are worried about us leaving them? Really?
we're 50 something million people. They know we're not leaving.
I know. Okay.
I think, and it's funny because I know Che has been like, no, they're like this many people. They're like not leaving us if they, even. But I think what it is their humility still sits at the base of everything. They're still so humble at after 10 years and 11 years into their discography because it's 11 years honestly because we were getting music before they debuted and
Hmm.
and it was adorable music at that, right? I think the humility is I can't, I don't have the right to expect you to stay. I don't have
Oh.
to just assume you're going to stay. What I hope is that you will continue to walk with us and we'll still be here when we come back. That is what I hear in their voices and in what they're asking of us.
Mm. I like that what you just said, that thing of where you said that they don't they don't feel like they don't have the right to ask us to do that. And boy, you take away the entitlement thing from, a lot of entertainers, people who are in the music business, and their whole take on a fandom is completely different, where there's an expectation from them, right?
That's it.
And so to hear you say that, that really struck a chord with me just now. Huh. Yeah, I never even thought about that, Nisha. Never even thought about that.
I've the entire time, um, beneath the layer of we are bulletproof, if you
Mhm.
listen, they're saying, tell us why you're still here. We don't understand how we earned this. 3 years ago, they said, we don't understand how we earned this.
Hmm.
And we said, what do you mean? Because I was part of, no, I was part of the writing in campaign back when
Right.
Bulletproof was coming out. And they asked us in that year to write all of the letters about why are we still here? Tell us why. Ba da 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 da. And for the UN speech, they asked us to write things. Remember?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I mean, I did all these things. So I don't even know if my words where they got to, and that's cool, and I'm good with it. So I even was part of that audio for singing the
The
thing
first
that
one?
the
The
the thing that was played. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mine was uploaded through the thing. So I don't even know if I made it, and that's cool for me too. I don't care. I did it. Is what I'm
There you
saying.
go. That's all that
Um,
matters.
uh, for years they've asked us why we're still here. I think now they're saying, okay, because Jimin and Namjoon's letters today were, oh, we realize that you understand that we're fallible. We realize that we aren't going to get it right because Namjoon is talking about not getting it right, and then we realize that, but whoa, you're still with us.
Mhm.
We're
Yeah.
always going to be BTS, and we're oh always going to be BTS Army. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Yes.
And so that was a very, again, it's about this trust that they keep sending us, that they
Mm.
keep sharing. It's massive to have that
So
level of trust from someone.
right. And you're right about that,
Mhm.
so now we've gotten music from RM, Suga, J-Hope, right?
Mhm.
Jin, Jimin, and now
Jungkook and then Taeyong.
Tae.
But you can't count. I mean, astronaut. You can count it for anything you want to. Count it for everything under the sun. It's
Okay, I will.
it's still the number two song, fastest song to reach a number one, the most number ones in Billboard in the world sales. I say that because a lot of people don't realize that that one single song had that level of impact.
Mm-hmm.
But we still have KSJ1 coming. When he comes out, we still have an album.
Mm-hmm.
It was just that he led the Army Love song. So Hobie came and did his after Jimin just did his. So now we know. And Namjoon, actually, did Namjoon do one?
Duh.
I think his is Wildflower, and Wildflower is the love song. So I'll accept that.
Me
but
too. Me
but
too.
they also wrote Take Two, so I'm not going to say anything. Um, but I think Cookie gave us for Army last year, if you remember. So
Mm-hmm.
I count those as a very different thing because those are personal to us, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Um, so I don't even know what I was saying. I got lost in your question.
You answered the question though. You did answer the question.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yes.
share real quick. I'm gonna do present. This is interesting. This is so interesting.
What?
Wow. No, StreamYard just changed the titles while I'm doing what I'm doing. So I just thought it was interesting.
Oh, okay.
I wonder why it did this. Interesting. I'm about to share, but StreamYard changed the titles on some things. That's all. I'm
Oh, okay.
actually that's backstage. Huh? Why are you not showing up, my dear? Huh?
Hmm.
Hold on one second. I think I actually have to go and open it because it's not showing. One second. I'm going to try again.
Okay.
Yep, the other one is showing. I don't know why. Ah, got it. I just had to open it different. Can you see it?
I can.
Everybody, you ready? Because it's time to cry.
Okay. I'm ready.
Oh man, it's just it gets to be a lot. It's this with Bangtan. The one thing you're gonna do is cry.
And you know what? And I found myself crying at the Japan tour of
Mm.
Idol.
Mm.
When they're running up the stage and RM's going, "Let's go," and it's bum 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 bum,
Yes,
right?
girl.
And they're running, and it's like, oh my god! And the army bombs are like in the air, and it's like this, and then all of a sudden, boom! And the dancing and Idol is like,
Yes, because in that moment we're all one, just this one. Okay, I'm gonna play,
goosebumps.
and then we're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
당신과 함께해서 행복했어. 당신의 목소리에 숨을 쉬고 당신의 눈물들로 일어섰어. 당신들의 과분한 사랑을 내가 받을 자격 있을까? 수년간 우리가 만든 영원의 교집합 함께여서 너무 고맙고 행복합니다. 부디 앞으로도 행복합시다. 서로를 맞추려
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Yep.
So, Namjoon goes back to the song that I have for a long time in my life. I have said to so many people. First of all, I love that El Capitan was again the producer on it, and that they have such beautiful loyalty to someone who knows them so well, and who knows how to understand their music. So that in and of itself is just beautiful. I'm going to give us the English translations. I have to say very clearly understand that just because we're looking at translation doesn't mean that that's exactly what it is. So let's just be very clear. This just my cookie photo card. Which one do you want me to put up?
Wait.
Pro's like, let me go find it for you. Okay, Pro, listen. There it is. Oh goodness. Okay, I'll get the cookie one in a minute. Aw, cookie.
Okay. Wait.
Cookie. Ah, that's my love, man. My little babies. Look at my babies behind me. Come on.
Oh, look at that. Aw.
Look at all my babies. Oh, you want me to? I didn't get a chance to, but I'm hoping that we're getting an album cover for Take Two. Oh, it made her day. Look, I'm hoping we get one because
Ooh.
why not?
Right?
The first thing I open to is my love. So hey, let's go.
Look at him.
Sweet pumpkins. Oh, hold
Oh,
on, I'm getting JK for you. I promise, but it's really hard because I have so many other beautiful people there too. Look at that baby. Look at that baby. Sorry, we have to diffuse the moment of take two and how emotionally we're feeling at the moment.
thank
I
you.
love picture. Like, let me just say something about this photo and what a beautiful concept it was to have put them in this position. I feel like this image embodies their connection.
Mm,
You know what's interesting is that in this picture, every time JK gets a chance to be in a praying position, he physically prays. You
mm,
see him, right?
mm-hmm,
He's doing it
mm-hmm.
every time. He never passes a moment to take that opportunity. At least from what I've seen with him. Look how pretty! Oh my god. Okay, yeah, Pro for you.
Oh,
Here
pro.
you
Oh,
go.
wait. Wait, pro. Hold on. Hold on, pro. Wait.
Oh my god! Look at the look. Look at that Namjoon and look at that cookie. Just look. Should we just flip for photos so you guys could see all of my stuff? Look, so you could just see all our photos. Look at Namjoon. Look at this Namjoon.
I don't think I have them, June. Wait.
Look at that Namjoon. Isn't he beautiful? Listen, I waited so long to get these books. Oh my God, look at this. Angela, are you watching? Here's your Tayunga. Here's your Tayunga. You know, in this picture, Tayunga looks so much like Ginny. He does. He did. He did. He did. Look, if you're not careful, it's
Oh
really
yeah.
that they're Ginny. Look. I actually love Yoongi with this look. This one is one of my favorites of Yoongi.
Oh, that's a good picture.
This shoot is literally one of my all-time favorite shoots of theirs. Look at the chaos of these seven. Look at that. You completely.
I would so like to be. Wouldn't you like to be just like right behind them, not being able to see you, and just listening to them laugh and giggle, and
Yes.
poke each other, and rock paper scissor each other, and all, all that. Oh
Yes. Oh, Pro said we're always so. Yes, we knew that once we had to shift the show, we were always going to have fun things like this to be here, so you guys could see it. I'm just saying that, like, remember, I don't know if you heard my story, but I did a live when I was doing one of them when I came back from Korea, or when I was in Korea, I don't know, about how every time I'd be walking somewhere, I would hear either the astronaut or something Bangtan playing in a place that you would never have expected it. Okay, people think you go to Korea and you hear Bangtan everywhere. That's not the case. That's not how it is. So, oh, look at my Hobie. Look at my Jimin. Okay, here you go, Pro. But I was I was coming home late and I was trying to figure out why I was there and why things had happened, and life had been very unsettling in terms of why am I here at this time?
Right?
Look at what she said.
Oh, bro.
I'm gonna use the chairs. Gosh darn it! No chairs allowed. No, but okay, Pro. You tell me you weren't crying along with us. Go ahead, try. And no, I was saying like I was trying to figure it out, and I was like, if I turn around this corner and I hear BTS playing, then I know that I'm supposed to have been here. And I wasn't anywhere near where I was supposed to be around them. I didn't even know where I was, to be honest with you, because I was walking back at 10 p.m. at night to get back to my hotel. And I was like, I don't know where I am. Ooh. And dude, lo and behold, if I didn't turn left, and I stopped dead in my tracks, because what did I hear? I heard the astronaut playing. Dead in my tracks. I was like, what? Dead in my tracks. As I stood there, turned around, I even videotaped it. I was like, you guys just heard me saying that I needed to get a sign. And if I got a sign, that I knew this is where where I needed to be, and that what I'm doing now is the right thing. It's about the intention that we were talking about, right?
Yes.
So yes. The music is something that holds that intention for me. So if I hear that music, well, of all the things from here, of course it was going to be Jin. So I just was like, well, what is this? I turned around and I was facing a K-pop bookstore or a music shop. And the craziest thing is, when I left last July, it was the last day before I left. October. I had been looking for years now to find You Never Walk Alone, these two versions. Years to find these two versions, because you just cannot find them in this particular format. They're from the OG. And so I was like, one day in my life, I'm going to find the OG of Wings and the OG of these two. And I kind of gave up on it because I'd been trying for so long. And I had walked into that shop the last day before I left in October. They had just resumed after COVID. And I went in there and I was like, is there any chance you have any of the OG Bangtan? And he was like, yeah, go look. We probably do. Well, he didn't say it like that because he said it in Hangul. But I walked over and, geez, if they didn't have an entire section that was all the OG. So I found those. I found two of the original Wings, and I found one of the OGs of HYYH with the young forever. And I was like, okay, this is like destiny. So that day that night in the middle of the night, not knowing where I was and turning that left, do you know where I ended up? Right in front of the shop. Right in front of that shop. It was
Of
them
course you did.
right in front of that shop, and they were playing The Astronaut. I was like, what? I didn't even know I had found this place. I didn't even know where I was. That that is what that is that is what has happened with me. That is how the music has lived in my life. And I think I've let it continue to guide me the entire time. So I want to actually do the lyrics real quick, and then we're going to play out with Army's song. So let me share the lyrics real quick. Yep, I agree with you, bro.
Yes, me too. Wildflower especially, because I feel like that resonates for my son.
Wildflower is really difficult for me to listen to.
Yep.
Not because it's one of the most beautiful, haunting things I've listened to in my life. My daughter-in-law, who's been ill, that is a song she adores. I mean, there's very specific Bangtan songs they listen to. Stay Gold, Wildflower, they listen to a few more of the more deep songs, and then Take Two has made it to their playlist. And so Wildflower, yeah. Oh, well, that's another day conversation.
It is.
So we start with Will You Stay? They start out with the same thing you and I just said. They start out by asking, okay, we're about to walk through this door. Are you going to stay with us? Are you ready to stay with us? Should we even ask you to stay with us? The first thing we get is, are you going to stay? I'm like, years, and they're still asking because they know they feel like they don't have the right to just expect or assume that we'll be here for them. It's just the humility.
Yes.
And there, I want to hold on to the time that's flying by with me. Will you go? Will you go? No, we're not going. We are right here.
Yes.
We're not going anywhere.
Right.
What will we have on our faces when we stand in? He's saying when we stand in front of you again. What look will they have on their faces when they stand in front of us again? It's like, I can't remember the dawns anymore, because when the time comes, it's going to be so different for them that they're not sure how it's going to look for them anymore. And then we have Jen and Ree singing, oh, I'm running around in a daze. We've been walking so many ways. This is back to We Are Bulletproof. Feels like my heart's about to burst, because one, I have to completely change everything about who I've been. I have to walk through this 1.5 to 2 years away from you. But on the other side of it, can't you see that that's the take two part of who we are? That those are stories unfolding just for you. Like, these are new stories of who I am as a human, who we are, and they're all now unfolding for you in a whole new world. It's the take two. Youth with you by my side. I spent my youth with you by my side. Just take my hand now, because I still need you with me. And if you do that, I can still continue. And they're like, yeah, we never felt so young. Went together, sing this song, meeting, meeting with each other's eyes, because they always say that when they're in the concerts or they're at a fan meets, it's their eye-to-eye contact that means so much to them, is seeing the love that we have and the shine. And they're always like, how do we deserve that? So even in the darkness, they know that our eyes are always going to shine with the light of who they are, because we're reflecting them. Yeah, we never felt so right when I got you by my side. Nothing has felt so right in our lives as when we're together. I mean, obviously, we all have other things in life that bring us this joy and happiness. But when we're together with them, it's a whole different dynamic. That's not something that anyone can even explain. Along the road, we walked together, and we've stayed young forever. Even when the desert becomes the sea. Namjoon, man. Namjoon. We swim together. That means even when the desert was bereft and we were burning in that desert because life was so hard and so harsh, 2015, 16, and 17, like they said, we will continue to swim together. Even when this now become the sea and it's cool, we will still continue to swim together. Even the lonely whales, like you said it the other day, we're singing like them now because of those songs that reach out to the cosmos. The whales are always singing their song, like from Whalian 52. That it's this eternal connection. So together, we're together. So I'm not scared of hoping for eternity. the first time they're able to say to us, okay, we can hope and we can have some faith and trust that you're going to be there, because for the first time I can do that, because you're my silver lining. You're the who just lit me up. You're the person who's the light in my life. I can always feel you beside me. The sunset that's hitting the building. We are given to each other like this. So the sunset, the light that's hitting the physical body of that building, we're their light and they're our light as we intersect and we come together in that way. So we have this beautiful, like this sequence of lighting the world around each other. And we have say, so I'm running around in the days we were walking so many ways. I hold you in my arms. Can't you see? As I move into my next phase, I have you right here. I know that there are letters I didn't send you. There's messages I may not have told you, but I'm telling you, my youth was with you, and this is just the beginning of who I am. And we're going to be doing that together. Yeah, we never felt so young. So meeting each other's eyes, we did this song. And it was possible because I was with you. I was happy being with you. And I love that this is the rap line, man. So love it. Because they started us out, you know? I breathe in your voice. Oh my God, that line.
Right?
That line, man. Just, just, I literally say it all the time on my dulcet workshop because I'm literally singing their song in the breathing workshop. That is what I'm doing. I use Hana dulcet, da, 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 and I do an English version of the line in order to do the breathing exercise. And I read this and I was like, this is what I mean by that. I'm breathing in your voice. Like I'm breathing because there's this, your words sit within me and resonate, but also hold me and sustain me. And that's what I mean by that. Whether that's what the boys mean, I don't know. But for me, it just feels like that. I stood up with your tears, Jesus. It's because of us being there this entire time and fighting and fighting and fighting, they were able to stand. It's true. I mean,
Yes.
it were things that we had to do and we had to fight and we had to, let me tell you, one day I'll talk about that more. And they're still asking this question, do I deserve your love? The intersection of souls we've created over the years. And here's the intersection I spoke about. Even they're saying it that all of us have this full intersectionality with them that has created something, a dynamic that just can't be explained to anyone, and much less to them, which is why Namjoon and Jimin are like, I still don't get this. Like this dynamic, this love we have goes beyond anything even we can understand. But you know what? We're accepting that we don't understand it, but it is the big, most important thing in our life. I am so grateful and happy to be with you. Let's continue to be happy in the future. Sing like this. We ain't never felt so young. Won't you hold my hand? Absolutely. And I will sing with you the whole way. Need you here tonight. Of course. Just like we've been with Jin every second of his time in there, every second of the time that Hobie's there. And we'll be there for every second of the time that all of them are where they need to be. Because in the long run, we're going to always be with them. And when the time comes, we'll be with them when they're all back together again. Because when they're back together with us, we'll be back together as us.
Yes. 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 I'm sorry. I'm just kind of taking in all of it. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's how I sing this song to myself. I say what I say. I'm saying, like you hear me saying it now. That's how I talk myself through that song. When I read their lyrics, that's what it's like for me. I'm reading it in the voice of what they're saying to me, so that I know what the conversation is.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling my children that I want to be able to be this voice for someone else. That's why you created btsarmy. That's why we created Living Bangtan 7. That's why, Spain, Malaga created their group. That's why Uganda created their group. That's why Bangladesh, that's what everyone did it, so that we all have the ability to be that for someone.
Yes. Agreed.
I think, we should Take Two is like an anthem for us as we move forward and make our choices as Army. So we are actually at the end of the show. I was surprised we got through a whole hour. I'm in shock actually. And we are ready to get into our next one starts half an hour. We're going to play out, if it's okay with you, with Army Song. If you guys are ready, I'm going to play us out and then we'll bid you borahae, my loves. And Tiffany and the team is going to help me out with my 8 and 9 o'clock. You Never Walk Alone. I actually am not feeling that well. I'm sure you guys can hear it in my voice. I kind of need to just take a break, but this is something I needed to bring to you because this is from my heart. And this is not just emotions. I'm actually not feeling well, which is okay. And it's good for me to say that. Yeah.
I'm trying to help you.
I know, man. I wish I could grab it. But I love you, Army, and I'm here because I wasn't going to not do this. This was too important. I am hoping and praying that we can bring you Nia in the whenever Nia's available and feels healthy and well and is able to do this.
Did you want to speak for just a minute or a second on
she just messaged Nia.
On who's going to be coming up in the 8 to 9 o'clock hour with Anastasia and what that show is going to be about?
Yeah, I'm actually taking a moment to thank you, Terry. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad I was able to give that space. Okay, good. No, I'm not saying anything that's private, but I feel better about that now.
Good.
My poor love. I feel, honey, just for every one of you loves out in the world, because y'all know I call you all lovelies. Our last show tonight is about We Never Walk Alone. Now this one is We Never Walk Alone. This one's a very deep depth of understanding as we walk through the path, which we did yesterday, but this one is going to be more about sharing stories. So we actually have some Army who's messaged us in their stories that we'll be sharing. So this is story sharing time. Simple stories of the depth of how Bangtan has been with us and has kept us from feeling the loneliness. That's why I'm so sad when Hobie put his message out today. I was like, boy, you're not alone, honey. You have so many of us with you, and we're right here, and we love you. So that episode tonight is that 8 to 9 o'clock. It's just a beautiful, open, general conversation. You guys have a good time. I think you're coming. Are you coming on with Terry Warner and not sure who else is? Tiffany's coming
Anastasia and Dakota from C89.
I will be there, so please don't. I'll jump on for a little bit, but I'm trying my best, my loves. I can't teach you about wellness if I can't take care of my own.
Absolutely.
So it's the nature of it. And I really am so excited that Anastasia and Dakota would be there. We're going to talk about those stories. I will come on, and then I may not stay the whole time, but I will do my best. And I thank you so much, Terry, for bringing them to us. I'm hoping that we're able to play some music during that time, because I wasn't sure if we worked that out with their radio station. I don't know.
Well, they're the stuff with them. I don't think they have access to where they're going to be doing us tonight with. I don't think they have access to all of that.
That's okay. We'll do it. We'll arrange it for our Army Festival Day.
Yes, and they'll be more than happy to do that.
We talked to them about that, and people ask me because we're over an hour. I don't like our shows to go over. It's hard for Army to be able to watch an hour show, so I try so hard. But I apologize, my loves. But to understand, we are going to give you a schedule for turning in your story sharing. Remember that your story sharing can come in any of 3 versions. It can be a video, it can be in written format, poetry, and it can be, of course, in an art form of some kind. The montages will come together based on the format that they create. I have a feeling we're going to be creating a message out of it for Bangtan. It's going to come organically as we all take our turns to look at it. I think we'll be able to see the message that presents itself, if that makes sense. And it's just a gift we're going to do our best to give Bangtan and Army for Army Day. So, and then we are going to launch that other project. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. The one that we're doing for Festa 2025 when they come back. Yes, ma'am. And you know what that project is because you spearheaded it. That's going to be insane. It's a 2-year long project, Army. We are bringing you something that I
So
think
fun.
is
Thank you for you know, I mean, just the opportunity to be a part of it, you know, to watch something. It's very much like you, to watch something that you have an idea about and to watch it grow and to be able to share it with everybody.
yeah,
It's going to benefit everybody.
it's going to benefit everybody, whether you're Army or not, actually. So
Yes.
that's the largesse and the beauty of that project that's going to unfold over the next 2 years.
Hmm.
Um, and we have plenty of time, but at the same time, I think the way we're going to be doing it, it's going to unfold in about we said 7, right? Didn't we say
Yes.
7? It's going to
Yes.
unfold in 7 stages. So
Mhm.
for you.
That's the number. I know, right? He would knock something over first, and then he would try to, you know, give us an edge somewhere.
Girl, if he was here. Well, Pro, you know the secret, so ha.
Yeah, pro. What's up with that?
All right, my loves. I'm going to play us out and then I will end the live as the song goes, okay? Love to all of you. Hold on. Borahae, my loves. Hang on. As I open up my notebook to the first blank page, the words start pouring out. There's so much I wanna say. Like you showed me how to love myself, and you're the reason that I stay. An interminable battle, a perpetually lawless night. That's what my world felt like before you came into my life. You showed me my constellations, said the sun will rise again. And the twilight felt eternal, that's what gives to me the most. Galaxies embroidered the dark sky, as we look up at the same stars each night. Path full of time, so hold on tight. 10 winters that turn to spring. You the start of my dreams. You the start of my dreams. No matter desert or sea, together on this journey, we face the fair share of pain, yet you stay with me. Through my rough and long days, my demons I couldn't face. You drove away the darkness, now daylight's all I see. And even if I wrote you 1,000 love letters, it would never be enough. I would need 100 symphonies for a bond so eternally bulletproof. Sometimes I find myself missing it all. Those bittersweet yesterdays filled with their smiles and scars. So this arrow may be new, don't you feel blue? Remember the magic we made and the mountains we moved. Till 25, I'll be waiting for you. As the galaxies embroider the dark skies, as we look up at the same stars each night. A breath of time, so hold on tight. 10 winters that turn to spring, you're the start of my dream. Come again. Spring, come All right, borahae army. Okay, Nia, we love you. We'll see you soon. Bye, Army. See you very soon.